next is a huge Newcastle United fan. We've got any Newcastle supporters in? It's going to go well, but don't let that put you off him. Magic Man Paul Innes has plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Let's take a look.
Act 4 is no stranger to performing live, having entertained crowds of 7 and 8 people over dinner. By day, he works his magic in the channel development team. You'll be spellbound by our Geordie magician, Paul Innes.
Hi, Anne, Sonny, Molly. Hi, everyone. I've always been fascinated by magic. I grew up, like many of you, I'm sure, watching the likes of Paul Daniels on TV. But more recently, I've become interested in the world of mentalism, the kind of thing that David Blaine and Derren Brown have become well known for. And I want to explore the possibilities of that world of mentalism in my act today. In order to do so, I'm going to need 3 volunteers who I believe have been pre-selected for me. So we're going to welcome them up onto the stage. Here we go. We have got Gareth Turpin, who you all know and love. Also, Joe Bertram. And our special guest host for the day, Rylan. This is going to go well. So, thank you very much for joining me on stage today, guys. Really appreciate your support with this. I think it's really important to note, though, that I haven't spoken to you at all before my act. I haven't asked you to do anything at all for me. It's safe to say you've got no clue what I'm going to do next, correct? Good, because that makes 4 of us. Okay, so let's just explain what we're going to do. I brought 9 books along with me today. Actually, before I start that, Joe, could I ask you to keep this sealed envelope safe and on you at all times during my act? I cannot get access to that at all during my performance. Is that okay? That is very important. Thank you very much. So I brought 9 books along with me today. It is a random selection of paperbacks, hardbacks, fiction, and non-fiction. We're going to rattle it down straight away from 9 books to 3 books. In those 9 books, there are a combined 1 million words. And I know that because I've counted them. That was a long night. But no, joking, it took me 2 nights. But that's cool. So we're going to whittle it down to 3 books first of all. So we'll just pop them first, just squeeze in there. Pop them into just random piles initially so they can go anywhere. Right, that'll do for me. Perfect. So we've got 3 piles. So random process of elimination, we're going to get down to 1 pile. So Gareth, can I first ask you to select 2 piles, please? You want to go with those 2? You sure you want to go with those 2? Yeah. Definitely okay. So random process, we're eliminating this pack. That just go down there for now. And Joe, could you please select a pile? Are you sure? Yeah. And likewise, we'll eliminate that one also. So that leaves us with 1 pile of 3 books. So we've gone down from 9 to 3. Next thing we need to do is to pick a book each. It's fine, whichever book you want. Just 1 book each is good. That's cool. What we need to do next is we need to now generate some random numbers. 2 random numbers, in fact. One that's going to represent a page number within the books, and a second number that's going to represent a word on that specific page. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, thinking of ways to do this, I wanted to combine the old school, so we've got like the printed books, with something new technology, something we all know and love in this business, and that is the mobile phone. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the iPhone clock app. iPhone users, or yes? So 2 iPhone users. That's cool. That's fine. I think it's, if we can get a close-up on this, please. If you can, just to explain for the non-iPhone users, I'm sure you know anyway, but just to explain what you get with the iPhone clock. You've got the world clock. You've got an alarm, which I'm sure most people use, the bedtime function. There's also a stopwatch and a timer. It's the timer we're going to use today, because the timer has like a spinning wheel of fortune, which you can just spin, and it just lands on a number, so you can scroll up, you can scroll down, whichever way you want. So we're going to generate 2 random numbers using this. So I'm going to ask Gareth first. Just give it a practice first, just the minutes wheel. We're going to generate a page number. Cool. So that would have landed on page 10, for example. Give it 1 more spin, and whatever number you land on, we'll use as the page number in your book. So that's 47. That's fine. Move that to you, Joe. If you could just give it a practice, make sure. No, not the minute one, the second one. That's fine. So that was 47, right? So you've got 29, it would have been word number 29, but we want to do a spin again, and whatever number you land on is going to be a word number on page 47. So what was that? Because I'm going to write it down. 11. Brilliant. So I'll write it down for everyone to see. We've got page 47, scribbling that very quickly, and word number 11, okay? So, next, what I'm going to ask you to do in a moment is I'm going to ask you to turn to page 47 in your books, and I'm going to ask you to count to word number 11. It's going to be very important that you keep that word to yourself. Don't share it with anyone. Keep it completely to yourself. And only up here, don't say the word at all. Is that okay? Okay, so while you're doing that, I'll just explain to everyone. Because we've obviously used the spinning timer on the iPhone clock app, we've limited ourselves to the first 60 words on the first 60 pages of the books. So that's 3,600 words per book, over 10,000 words possible from the 3 books selected. If you go back to the original 9 books we had, that's over 30,000 words that we could have randomly generated there. But we've got down to 3 words. And the judges will now be, our volunteers will now be counting to word number 11. Have you got that? Okay, brilliant. And you've ignored the book title or the chapter title at all. We've just gone word 11 in the text. Brilliant, good stuff. Okay. So, now you've got that. Here's the deal. I now need to attempt to predict those 3 words. And I mentioned mentalism earlier. And what I need your help with right now is I need you to think of your words just over and over and over again in your head. Try and empty your mind of any other thoughts and just literally think over and over that one single word, number 11, on page 47 of the books. Keep thinking for me. I'm going to make some guesses. Okay. Keep thinking. Have you got the word in your head? Keep it going. Keep it going. Page 47, word 11 it was. Keep it going. Second guessing yourself. Okay. I think it's important to note here as well that I've got no one supporting me in the audience, by the way, with any of this act. It's only down to me. You've got it, Rylan? Good stuff. Keep that coming. Okay. Okay, good. Do you know what? In the interest of time, I'm gonna stop there. I was getting two words, really struggling for the third one, so I'm just gonna have to admit defeat on that in the interest of time. We will start with Gareth. I was getting something quite good. Could you please tell us what word number 11 on page 47 of your book was? Sand. Sand, okay. Joe, could you please tell us what word number 11 on page 47 of your book was? Impartiality. And Rylan, could you please tell us word number 11 on page 47? Concerned. Actually, I'm going to show you what I had. I had sand and I had concern. There was 2 words, getting those coming through. Joe, I'm really disappointed, but could you just repeat your word, please? Impartiality. Okay, it's a tough one. Okay, just one more thing. So, dramatic music. Okay, so our future is dictated by decisions that we make at any given moment and actions that we take at any given point, just like our judges did today in selecting books and generating random word numbers. However, there are some people who believe that our future is already mapped out ahead of us, that the future is already written, literally. Joe, could I please ask you to unseal the envelope, take out the piece of paper, unfold it, and very loudly and clearly tell everyone a prediction that I made before my act today. Impartiality, the 3rd word. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, Rylan. Thank you, Gareth. We're done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gareth. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Cheers.
And what's going on here?
Mr. Ennis, can you perform that sort of magic in stores on a daily basis? Because we really benefit from that.
I do, and I think the guys are sick of me, to be honest.
That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
We're all sitting here thinking, how on earth did you do that? Well done, and you've got great stage presence as well.
Oh,
well
thank
done.
you. Thanks.
I mean, being a magician in this environment, and I think generally on television, is always difficult to translate. And you did it so well.
Oh,
you were really, really confident and really clear in terms of each stage of what you were doing.
Thanks.
How on earth Rylan can count to 11, I have no idea.
I never
But
thought
well
of that.
done, one. But how on earth you did that is, I mean, I just don't understand magic, and I'm fascinated by it. And I mean, out of all the magicians acts I've seen over the years. I mean, you're really up there.
Wow.
So congratulations.
Wow, thank you. That's brilliant.
Oh.
Really, thank you.
No.
Wow.
Mollie, you all hot and flustered again?
I absolutely loved that. I was watching so closely, trying to watch like every move, and that is just going to bug me for days how you did that. I actually work with a guy called Matt Edmondson, who's also a magician, and he shows me tricks all the time, but I've never seen anything like that, so thank you so much. I loved it.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mollie.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Paul.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
That literally was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was so concerned, and Sonny is right, you know, it's one more finger than I've got, so I'm really happy I managed to do it, but I was just so worried in case, what if I've got the wrong word, and it's my fault. I'm not going to ask how you did it, because a magician never reveals his secrets, but how long does something like that take for you to prepare for?
That took a while to develop, I've got to be honest. It's my own trick, so I've seen various tests with books and so on, but the way I did that there was my own version. So yeah, it took a while to put together, but I'm just so glad it came off. Wow.
Well done.
I can breathe such a sigh of relief now. Wow.
And I think this lot absolutely loved it. You can hear by their reaction. And if you guys want to vote for Paul, you can when the text lines open at the end of the show. But for now, give it up for Magic Man Paul!
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Cheers, Rylan. Thank you. Cheers.
Amazing.
That was crazy. Right, I believe there's...